You're listening to EDO Software's Digitalization Network, a podcast created for those who are IT passionate and want to know all about the latest technology trends and innovative solutions. Join us on this fascinating journey through the world of digital transformation. If you're in the distribution or manufacturing industry, implementing a PIM system is crucial to streamline your key business processes. Conducting a thorough analysis before starting such significant projects is highly recommended. A pre-implementation analysis, one of the outcomes of which is a functional project, is a set of activities performed at the IT project preparation stage. Its main objective is to translate business ideas into technological requirements. In other words, it's a specification of all the work required to successfully implement a given product. Any activity, whether implementing a new system or adapting an existing one, requires a phase of analysis. However, many business owners and service providers underestimate its importance. For clients, this is often an unnecessary activity that adds cost and little value to the project. Entrepreneurs often say that they've chosen an experienced provider, so they should know how to do their job. To sum up, to ensure a smooth implementation phase in project management, it's essential to conduct a pre-implementation analysis. By doing so, service providers can fully understand their clients' expectations and deliver accordingly. This gives the business confidence that the outcome will fully meet its requirements. Considering all this, you might wonder, why is the pre-implementation analysis a vital part of implementing a PIM system? We know from experience that there have been projects that, after a technological analysis, turned out to be impossible, or their implementation would involve considerable risk, for example, due to problems with the old system, technical debt, and lack of up-to-date license or support for a given system. There were times when the available budget was insufficient to implement the system to the extent the client expected. This is why defining the project, its scope, success measures, and associated risks is so important. It will help to eliminate potential mistakes as quickly and effectively as possible and to understand the client's needs. Without this stage, we risk that the implemented solution will not be in line with business expectations. Now, the question you might have is how to prepare for this pre-implementation analysis. Well, after outlining what the project aims to achieve, we move on to the key analysis conducted when meeting with the client. Business analysis can help you answer questions such as, what are the company's bottlenecks? What does the business need? Which processes need to be optimized and automated? And what is the average time and cost of each process in the organization? To better understand what, when, and how to carry out this analysis, let's divide it into 4 stages. The first stage corresponds to the product offer structure. To start analyzing needs, it's necessary to define the structure of the customer's product offering to know how to introduce it into the PIM system. It helps you determine what functionality you need and what could be integrated later. In stage 2, we define the requirements. This part presents the implementation concept and a complete description of the design system. It includes functional requirements that define and describe all the functions the system should provide and how the system should act in specific situations. The purpose of this section is to describe the system's general vision, the objectives it intends to achieve, how it will be created, identify the non-functional requirements and the limits and standards the system is to meet. These include performance, availability, reliability, security, scalability, and regulatory issues. Stage 3 describes the modules and information architecture. It's necessary to clarify the information from 2 points of view. The first of them is the system operation, which means the requirements relating to the efficiency, performance, reliability, and scalability of the system. The second point of view is the architecture of integration with other systems. Finally, Stage 4 defines the user's roles and processes in the system. For e-commerce systems, defining users and their roles is critical. It makes it possible to understand and correctly describe the access paths and the people using them. Strategy development is one of the most critical elements of project implementation. A well-prepared plan will help you to participate in the pre-implementation analysis effectively. This way, you can be sure that the service provider understands your business needs and can customize the PIM system and its functionalities. In other words, strategy is the middle ground between where a company is and where it wants to be. Your plan should involve the entire team, including implementation experts. The strategies vary depending on the objectives of businesses. If you're a retailer, you want to create the best customer experience. If you're a manufacturer, you can strive to get the best quality data so that no retailer will exclude you from their business. Some steps you can take and some answers you can ask yourself to develop a good PIM strategy are identifying the conditions and business environment, what industry your company operates in, and what are the characteristics of industry-specific products. What makes you different from the competition? What is the purpose of implementing the PIM system? What kind of problems is the PIM implementation supposed to solve? In which areas do you need help? Are there people in your organization responsible for managing the server environment and managing the data? What do you expect from the implementation? Have you identified the system users? Another very important aspect to take into consideration is the development of organizational conditions, which refers to your expectations of the supplier, your vision of the collaboration, the criteria for choosing PIM software, when you would like to start the work and when you would like to have the system up and running, your budget, your choice on the decision makers for different stages of the project, and any additional training for staff to use and manage PIM. Now that you have these conditions clear, it's time to ask yourself these questions to clarify the product information. How many indices does your company offer? How many good groups do you divide your products into? How many languages is your product offered in? If more than one, what has the translation process been like so far? How has the product base been managed so far? How many employees participated in this process? What were the responsibilities of each of them? How often do you update your product data? How often do you add new products to your offer? Into which systems do you want to import the product information from the PIM system? In what format will they be distributed? Once you answer these questions, it's time to identify data sources and migrations. This means defining where you currently store product information and how it's processed. List all systems and locations. Describe the data stored in the above systems, the scope of information, management method, completeness of data from a single product point of view, and data storage format. Specify the kind of data you need to synchronize with the PIM system and the systems from which one-time data migration to the PIM system will be required. Is it possible that product information from two different systems will overlap during synchronization? If so, which system will have higher priority? What data will need to be migrated? Do you have documentation that allows you to analyze, synchronize, and migrate your data? To summarize all this information, when implementing PIM systems, seeking advice from IT experts and collaborating across different companies may be sufficient for simpler projects. However, for large and complex projects, conducting a pre-implementation analysis isn't just important, but crucial and standard practice. When it comes to implementing PIM systems, specialist support can never replace a properly conducted pre-implementation analysis that guarantees the correct implementation of projects. On the one hand, you can realistically shorten the time needed, find out the actual costs, and obtain a delivery guarantee from the service provider. After all, it's a person who has analyzed your needs. On the other hand, the contractor can plan the implementation according to the way you want to work. Thanks to the analysis, the quality of the collaboration can be completely different. Thank you for listening to Digitalization Network. If you want to continue this digital journey, please subscribe to our podcast and share it with your network. Remember, every subscription helps us create valuable content. See you in the next episode.